My name is Onward Gibson Chironda, and this is the story of my age Zimbabwe. It's a story about passion, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the power of young people to shape their own destinies and to change the status quo in their communities. Mama, ndakubuda.
Wakubuda kindepi? Madrama yenyawa hakutioni chinobuda kwesu. Ukase kudzoka pano, unoziva mutemo wababa.
All right. Those days were not easy. What I knew is that I had a dream. Sometimes I was filled with uncertainties, and sometimes even those that were around me were uncertain about what was happening with me. My dad even tried to make me find a job so that I can work. But I was a young man who was filled with dreams. What I knew is that there were also other young people who had the same dream as myself. So it started with just a simple idea. The idea was to use theater and arts to make sure that our voices are heard in terms of addressing things that we wanted to address in our community. So we came up with a name.
That group for edutainment. Saka in a brief, you know what's my age.
I was still at high school. I remember I had lost my parent, my dad, and things were not well. So it came as an opportunity for me because I used the allowances that I used to get there to pay my school fees and buy one or two things for my schoolwork.
We were young, we were ambitious, but one thing that I knew is that we were determined to make the smallest difference possible.
During the early days, to someone it may sound like it was very hard, but to us it was just a platform which we were given to express ourselves, which we didn't have anywhere else.
When I had a platform to work with BASO as a volunteer, I did my best. I was not educated. I remember that's when I then discovered through the opportunities that I started getting that I was supposed to actually get an education. So I started doing night school.
We didn't recruit him. It was his own effort. Because of his charisma of working with people, he managed to find himself blending with BASO staff. What BASO gave to Onward was not money or anything. It was a belief in the work that he wanted to start. We gave them space to do what they wanted to do. We believed in them, and we managed to also link them to opportunities, which I think is one thing that in most cases young people need, and so that they are able to do whatever they need.
Our first program was the Buddies for Love program, where Patsime would give us at least $1,500 to reach out to 20 schools every term. So we started doing professional theater and would get into schools and would be addressing a lot of issues that young people face.
We were looking for a theater group that could represent our work in Masvingo, and so I was introduced to my age, and I visited my age and made a proposal of the project that we were running, which was the Buddies for Love project, a project which engaged young people in educational institutions around sexual and reproductive health.
I know this My Age program. The guys used to come here with Buddies for Love. It was a very good program, a very good and educative program. A lot of learners benefited from it. They were doing dramas on HIV and AIDS, early childhood marriages, and it was quite good.
At the other end, that's also the time that I joined the Young People's Network on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights. When I got there at the convention, I was just an innocent poet who loved addressing issues that we were facing.
Complacency is our tragedy. Chaos is remedy. When the hunted is truly learned to hunt the hunting game is no more.
Imagine 1,200 young people voting you to be the national facilitator of the National Young People's Network.
I first met Onward as a member of the Young People's Network on health and well-being, representing young people in arts. I think we worked with him as National AIDS Council and helped him come up with the organization. Onward was also the national facilitator of the Young People's Network, and during that period, that is the period he also crafted the idea of coming up with an organization.
And I remember meeting Nyasha, who became a very close friend. And Nyasha said, why don't we register the organization?
I still remember the registration journey. It wasn't easy. The money had to come from our own pockets. We had to find my friend and Onward's friend who could also agree to be part of the board of trustees. And that's how we got to formalize my age.
The saddest part of the journey was then having to grapple with, a team that was used to meeting under the trees. We didn't have time. We were not strict on each other. We did not have to write reports.
When organizations start, the individual is the organization. The individual carries the face of the organization. But now there is an issue of growth, whereby now management comes into place, formalizing things, and also just starting to learn more on the reporting systems and human resources. So during this period of the transition from drama club to then an organization, trustee, it was hectic for most of us, as we were coming from just a theater background. And that was when most of the comrades, they were falling. It was hectic.
And in the brink of that, we also then got our first grant from the Canadian Fund for Local Initiatives.
One of my favorite memories was being part of the Girls Shoes Project. That experience shaped me in so many ways.
This organization holds a special place in my heart because this is where I truly discovered my passion for human rights awareness and especially empowering young girls and women.
Our first office was in the basement of Charles Austin Theatre. But I don't take it just as a basement. I take it as a hub where dreams became bigger.
So I had to come up and help with designing policies, coming up with systems, coming up with contracts, so that everyone within the organization can understand that the organization is now becoming more formal, but also noticing that we should not lose the essence of our theater, because it was something that was cross-cutting within our programming. So I managed, by the help of our board then, to come up with policies that we needed to use. And of course, it was going to come with challenges. We faced some challenges in implementing that, because some employees who have been in the organization for a longer time felt like that they were now being left out with the system.
When I joined my age Zimbabwe, my main focus was for disability inclusion. And I'm very happy that during my term of office, we have achieved this, because quite a number of pupils with disabilities are participating in this program.
I believe that, authenticity, passion, and vision can never be faked anyway. And there are times where we also, face challenges. You have this challenge that need money at a personal level. You have challenges even in the community that you are serving. But then you know what you want to do, and you know what you want to achieve. That what you want to achieve becomes bigger than the temptations that may ever come. But you know, we also have had amazing employees.
The impact the organization has had in national development when we're thinking about Zimbabwe as a country and the youth and young people, you know, from democracy and governance programs all the way into health, sexual reproductive health, you know, we've contributed to shaping policies, resources, systems in country, and who knew at some point we'll be talking about being there for 10 years. And for me, it has only been a privilege, and I've been humbled to be part of that mission.
Also, have had amazing consultants. Also, have had amazing donors that have supported this vision to go on.
We met 2017 through the Right Here Right Now project, and I was really inspired by your passion and your youth energy, your young energy, and just how you're so passionate about helping young people. And I appreciate the work that you're doing for the SRHR sector in Zimbabwe. We're working right now on the Pamoja project and really excited with the artistic and creativeness that you bring to this project in terms of like really packaging sensitive SRHR issues in a way that young people receive, in a way that young people can facilitate dialogue, but also in a way that really motivates and moves young people to take action.
So Amplify Change is proud to have supported My Age Zimbabwe with grants which have looked at strengthening My Age Zimbabwe as an organization with their internal capacity and also looking at the way that they do their advocacy, building movements. You know, as they build movements, they are, you know, working with other youth organizations.
AIDS Funds and My Age Zimbabwe have been working together for a number of years. The Love Alliance project started in 2021, and My Age Zimbabwe was one of the first grantees that we had in our first round of funding, and you're still a grantee today, still a partner of the Love Alliance. And that is because of the really impactful work that you're doing with young people, with key populations, work that's focused on centering communities at the heart of the HIV response and at the heart of human rights advocacy and human rights responses. So thank you for the hard work that you do and the impacts that you have made.
Makorokoto, on your 10th anniversary, your theme, celebrating a decade of impact leading with youth, captures what we admire most about you. For 10 years, you've shown that when young people lead, communities change. Policies shift, services improve, and hope becomes practical. What makes My Age Zimbabwe distinctive is your creativity and courage. You were born from Theatre for Development, using performance, music, and storytelling to spark conversation, to shift norms, and to open doors for young people. Your participatory theatre has brought SRHR to life, not as a lecture, but as dialogue, not as policy, but as practice in communities, schools, and public spaces. You've proven that art can be evidence-based advocacy.
Today we celebrate a big organization that is making a big waves all over the globe, and we are happy to be part of it.
And I've seen My Age grow from a nascent organization to a fully fledged organization that it is right now.
Keep going, keep the spirit, keep the youthfulness, keep the power, keep the strength.
I envision My Age Zimbabwe being a brand that extends beyond Zimbabwe, beyond Africa, and become a global brand that young people can relate to.
And my vision for My Age, I guess, as they are moving forward, is to think global.
Just realizing that we have empowered a lot of communities, working with religious leaders, working with traditional leaders, working with government departments, working with UN agencies, and everyone that we have come across up in this journey makes the journey so amazing. This is a time where we are charting a new way forward as far as leading with youth is concerned. If we want to make sure that we achieve what we want to achieve in terms of the health, rights, and well-being of all young people in their diversities in Zimbabwe and beyond. Let's trust young people. Let's trust their capacity. Let's trust their ability. Let's entrust them with resources to make sure that they move the needle forward. This is just the beginning. We envision a my age where young people take a lead in terms of advocating for their health, rights, and well-being. But I'm excited that we are charting a new way forward for the sake of the health, rights, and well-being of all young people in their diversity. We continue to empower the next generation.